There's no denying that the crypto markets right now are an absolute bloodbath. But in this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to take full advantage of the situation. So when things turn around, you guys can be in the ultimate position to take advantage of what I think will be the most explosive sector of the next bull run. Guys, I'm talking about crypto gaming metaverse. Now, we have seen a sharp decline in this sector. However, in this video, we're going to tell you about 3 of the best crypto gaming and metaverse projects that are on my radar right now. If that sounds good to you guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And guys, make sure that you stay tuned to the very end because I'm going to tell you the different ways that you can get involved in each of these projects because only one of the 3 is actually trading on the market right now. However, I do have some insider tips for all of these on how you can get involved now. Let's get into it. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you might have heard me talk about Cornucopias. I am excited about this game for quite a few different reasons, the least of which it's being built on Cardano. However, if Cardano is able to achieve the things that Charles promises us it will achieve, and these game developers assure me that they are, then it should be promising because we know that Cardano has quite the army behind them, and this will be the first game that demonstrates the capabilities of a Web 3.0 game built in Unreal Engine 5 on Cardano. They've already done several rounds of selling different items in the marketplace for CNFTs or the Cardano NFT native standard. So you've been able to go buy things like the bubble jets and the sprinters and different assets for in-game. And coming up, they actually have their very first land sale that you can participate in. Now, what is Cornucopias? If you don't know already, it's basically a metaverse where there's different lands and worlds that exist in different, what they call islands or bubbles within the metaverse. And you can travel between them and they are different themes like the Wild West, like Farm Zone, like Cyberpunk, these kind of things. And there's gonna be 12 different themes in total where you can travel in and out of them. And they've got all kinds of different game economies built in as well. For example, on your land, you could build things like houses and you could actually furnish them. And they have a builder built in. And one of the videos, you could actually see construction of a house being built and the different items, how easy it is to plug and play and build these things. Because that has been one of the biggest arguments so far is that something built in Unreal Engine 5 or whatever isn't going to be as easy to build as something like NFT worlds that is using something like Minecraft where it's really easy to build a huge environment or city or castle or whatever in Minecraft. Cornucopias is attempting to do the same type of ease of development inside of Unreal Engine 5. Now, Unreal Engine 5 is a very important aspect of Cornucopias because of the efficiency in Unreal Engine 5 is vastly improved from that of Unreal Engine 4. So not only does it look much better, you guys have seen the trailers of The Matrix, or recently there was one release of a Superman flying through a city. And just to kind of show you what you can do with Unreal Engine 5 and to know that that's being applied to a metaverse right now that looks really good. You can go on the Cornucopias YouTube and check out all the demos they've given you so far of what things are going to look like. Now, what can you do with your lands? You can do all kinds of things like building a retail home, furnishing it, renting it out to people who want to live there, hang up your NFTs on the wall, for example, things like that. So you could actually rent it out and earn revenue, income. Or you could build a merchant shop, and there'll be different types of merchant shops based on different commodities like wood and steel and bread and milk and things like that, where you could actually create a merchant store. People are going to need resources to craft different items, maybe fix their spaceships or whatever else they need to do. And you can actually take up a job at a merchant store and sell things to other players in the game. Let's jump into the second project on our list today, Eisper Chain. Now, Eisper Chain is backed by a lot of big institutions. You got guys like Alameda Research. You got huge guilds like Avocado Guild, Solana Insiders, Rock Capital, Solar Ecosystem Fund, Hobby Ventures, Crypto.com Capital, DeFi Capital, and many more investors as well, including ourselves. Master Ventures also invested in this, full transparency, and they've got a good lineup of advisors as well. So Eisper Chain is essentially an RPG or role-playing game that exists within the Web3 space. Really, what is going to set games apart, in my opinion, is one, first to market with something that's really fun with a really good in-game economy. Now, I can tell you from my point of view what I think about it, but it's even better if you just go and download it and play it yourself because they've actually released a beta environment. And actually, not only that, they have a multiplayer beta ready to go as well. Multiplayer is very hard and time consuming to implement into a game. So if you're ever looking and doing your research on games and they say that they're going to be a multiplayer, a big MMO or something like that in a metaverse, and the demo that they show you is just one player in an environment, Guys, that's pretty easy to create, a one player in an environment. To introduce multiplayer, that is very, very difficult, how those mechanics work and things like that. So to know that Eisper Chain has a full functioning demo with multiplayer mode now live that you can go demo yourself, I suggest that you go and try that out. Ask yourself, do I think this is fun? Can I see people playing this? And then go and take a look at the token economy and understand, do you think that this token model is going to be sustainable? And the different things like they have listed for use cases, try to put yourself in the player position. Do you think that the token that you're earning game is going to be in demand for more than something just like selling SLP from Axie into the market and dumping the price? So I'm quite bullish on the fact that there is this playable demo demonstrating that like this is more than an idea, that they've actually been building. So we can expect to see the actual game, the full main game, released in Q4 2022. Eizper Chain is still fairly under the radar. You can go pick up these NFTs. Now, these NFTs are quite cool. Like, not only do they come with augmented reality features built into them, which is pretty cool from an NFT, but also these will give you first dibs to the land that will be sold later in the year for Eizper Chain. In addition to that, usually things like early access to the game, a chance to play and maybe win NFTs or tokens before everybody else does. These kind of things we typically see within early access NFT sales. And the third project or game that I'm going to talk about today is Nyan Heroes. Now, you might have heard of Nyan Heroes already because the trailer that they released is absolutely insane. And literally, who doesn't love cats? It is a fact, and this so happens to be about cats that control mechs or machines. And so this whole narrative is quite cute. And I think that alone is a good driver of adoption, of a storyline, of lore. When I first met this team, Max, one of the co-founders, I was very impressed by his skill set and his ability to assemble one of the best teams I've seen in the crypto gaming space. I mean, talk about a crazy team. You've got guys in here from Ubisoft and Riot Games and PlayStation, Wargaming. You've got EA, BioWare, THQ, KPMG, one of the big four accounting firms, and the list goes on and on and on. That no doubt this team can execute what the vision is meant to be. Additionally, they have a powerhouse of capital backing them. Everybody from Three Arrows Capital, Defiant, Mechanism, Sino Global, Solana Capital, Alameda Research, Skyvision Capital, and of course the guilds, Yield Guild Games, and Merit Circle as well. They also have quite an impressive advisory board. You've got Kevin Liu, who's a co-founder of Twitch, Thomas Vu, who worked at Riot on games like League of Legends, Arcane, Electronic Arts, Namco Bandicoot. You've also got a guy named Brycent, who is a founder of Loot Squad, and he's one of the top Axie scholars as well. So when it comes to guilds and gaming, the modeling, this guy understands how to do it, as also one of the top streamers. Another great aspect of Nyan Heroes, Wengie, who's one of the co-founders, her goal and objective from this whole thing is to save the lives of 1 billion cats. Now, for a portion of revenue that everything is driven from Nyan Heroes will go to saving cats. Now, that's a great cause. Hopefully, for me anyway, they save some dogs at the same time, because I happen to be personally one of the underdogs who prefers dogs over cats. Just being biased there, of course. Nyan Heroes essentially is a third-person shooter style, of course, being built in Web3, Unreal Engine 5, and there's different modes that you can play in, such as PvE, player versus environment, player versus player, also guild mode, where different guilds can battle out and battle of the guilds, and who doesn't love to see favorite teams battling favorite teams, just like we see in the esports world. There are 2 different tokens in this game, which is something that I criticize or question often. Now, anytime that I see a 2-token model and one of them has an uncapped supply, you have to wonder, what is the actual utility other than earning it and selling it? There has to be some type of way that this token is extremely desirable by players in the game to want to buy it or hold it. That's the one caveat for Nyan Heroes. Everything else looks phenomenal to me. Now, if you're a metaverse fanatic, you know that land can be incredibly valuable. Now, Nyan Heroes it's one of the biggest potentials I've seen for a demand for land. Nyan Heroes already has NFTs minted on Solana. So the NFTs that you can go buy right now will likely be your in-game character, but importantly, they're going to give you the first dibs on the land. Also, one more thing about the NFTs is the rarity of the NFT correlates directly to the rarity of the land that you get. So the more rare your NFT, the more rare your land will be. That's a direct correlation, and that's reflected in the price as well. Okay, guys, that is my high-level overview of what I perceive to be some of the top 3 metaverse gaming projects coming to you this year. If I missed anything, and guys, I know that I missed some stuff, so I want to know in the comments below, what are your top 3 favorite games coming up? And let me know why you're interested. And if I see enough in the comments of the same thing, I'll definitely cover those in future videos. So let me know below, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Give me a like if you haven't. Let's get those like counts up, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you guys.